Well, it is a warm welcome to Her Standards with me, Queen Tambori. As you can see, we are still in Laikipia County, enjoying the marvelous weather and, of course, mixing business with a bit of pleasure here and there, enjoying a bit of tourism, and we can't complain. Now, remember, this is a show where we are all about inspiration for this generation, for the next generation. And today we are joined by an amazing guest, an inspirational woman who comes from the pastoral community. I met her last night and she has an amazing story, and I would really like for you to hang around to listen to it. Before long, I will introduce to you my guest of the day, but I want you to get onto our social media handles at KTN Home on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can also hit me up at Queen Tambori on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And then there's one more person who you can actually get in touch with. Tell them about the women you'd like to see on the show. She is Madam Producer herself. She's called Gracie Waweru on Facebook. You can also find her on Instagram. Now, I want to introduce to you my next guest. She is called Fardosa Hassan. I hope I got that right.
Yes.
Yes, she is actually in Laikipia County. She is the operations assistant at the place where we are, which is the Mpala Research Center. Yes, Mpala Research Center is one of the leading organizations in Laikipia County, and during this special series of Her Standards, you'll be able to get to know more about it. Now, without further ado, please put your hands together for my guest, who is none other than Fardosa Hassan, and it is her first time on Her Standards. How are you, Mami?
I'm good, Queen. Thank you for the introduction.
Yeah, thank you for welcoming us.
It's good to have you at Mpala.
Yeah. We had a good time.
Okay.
Yeah, we just want to extend our gratitude, and we can't wait to hear more about you. Okay. Welcome to Her Standards.
Thank you so much.
Unajisikiaje?
I'm happy to be to be here.
Yeah.
So I would like to share my story with the young women out there and inspire the young girls from the pastoralist community.
Yes.
I come from a community in Laikipia North constituency. It's called Lekiji Village, and it's like 15 minutes drive from Nanyuki town. Yeah. So I grew up in this community. Yeah. I went to Lekiji Primary School. After primary school, I was lucky I got an opportunity. I went to high school, and after that I was supported by Mpala Research Center with my college education. So after high school, I came back to my community to volunteer in Lekiji Primary School for 1 year, because I saw the gap. When I was in primary school, we had only 5 teachers, and the population of students was really high. So
that's like how many?
Around 300 students.
300 students.
Yeah, and 5 teachers only.
Wow.
Yeah, and we had students who were in class 5, grade 6, and they cannot read and write. So I really wanted to come back and assist, and because I'm from that village, and I wanted to see those kids prosper. Yeah.
Hold on. Are you on social media?
Yeah, I'm on social media.
Okay. How can we talk to you?
My Instagram handle is Fardosa Hassan 14, Twitter at Fardosa Hassan, Facebook Fardosa Hassan. Yeah, and I also have an organization. It's a community-based organization called Lekiji Women Initiative. You can follow us on Facebook and Instagram, Lekiji Initiative, and Facebook, Lekiji Women Initiative for Girls Education and Women Empowerment.
Lekiji is, please spell it.
Lekiji, it's Lekiji.
Lekiji.
Yeah, Lekiji, yeah.
Lekiji.
Yeah.
Awesome. We'll be able to talk about that before long. You went to Lekiji Primary School.
Yes.
I want to get a feel of how that was for you.
It was so difficult, lack of resources. There are no good classrooms in Lekiji. Most of the time when it's training, it really used to affect us, and also lack of enough teachers. We had a few teachers, so we were missing quite a lot of lessons, and also books. We were not getting enough books, and most of the members of Lekiji village, they are not employed. They are mainly pastoralists. Those years, most of them are mainly pastoralists. We have so many single mothers, and there is really high level of poverty in Lekiji village. So So also lack of food, you know, going to school, yeah, and lunchtime you have to go back home, and most of the families couldn't afford, you know, lunch for their kids, so it used to be a big problem. Yeah.
Okay.
And also getting water, you know, we had to fetch water from the river every morning, you know, you have to take water to the school and firewood.
How far away from home?
It's like 1 kilometer.
1 kilometer.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you wake up in the morning,
Yeah, you go fetch water,
come home,
yeah,
and
come
then
home and go to the school. Yeah.
And then after school,
And after school, you have to go back home. Yeah.
How did you do that? How was that for you?
I don't think it was. My mom was a business lady, so she used to go around the conservancy selling clothes, vegetables, fruits, and she was not at home most of the time. But I'll say that we were not that bad. At least our family could afford meals, but I really felt bad for most of the families. You know, when my mom was not around, I had to go to my friends. You know, most of the time they didn't have food. We'll have porridge only. Go back to school. Yeah, so I think I managed. I really wanted to continue with my studies because I wanted a different life.
A different kind of life.
From what I'm seeing in my community. Yeah, and that's at least my parents were able to take me to school.
And that was your inspiration?
That was my inspiration, yeah, because I really wanted to also inspire my younger siblings. Yeah.
Now, there's something you mentioned, Fardosa, about you know, having the desire to move out of that lifestyle, the pastoralist lifestyle, where, you know, there's a lot of struggle, there's not enough resources, you know, and here you are going to this school that has very few teachers. Children are going through lots of challenges, but still you are determined, and because you had a drive. However, I know there's someone who is at maybe the exact position where you are, and they're wondering, what are these things that you did in order to excel? Because I know you were able to succeed even through the scholarship, and you managed to go to Karatina University. So what were these things that you were doing, you know, despite the surrounding, the existing circumstances, you were able to still excel? Yeah, you beat the odds. Yeah.
I think I was focused, I was determined. Yeah. I really wanted a different life. I avoided many things, you know, as a teenager, and so I had to sacrifice, focus on my studies, and also I was just inspired, you know, I really wanted to change also my family status. I wanted them to have a different life from what it used to be. So
did anything change when you went to high school? You also went to Lekiji High School?
Yeah, I went to, no, it's a different high school. It's called St. Francis. Yeah, so when I was in Lekiji Primary School, you know, the school, okay, we were just within the village, you know, we are not exposed to the outside world. But when I went to high school, I saw different people from different parts of Kenya, and I was inspired, challenged. Also, my high school teachers, you know, inspiring me and such. The community really believed that educating a girl is not that important, you know, but I knew it was, I have to do it because from a young age I really believe that education is the really key to success. You know, I've been told that so many times.
So many times, yes.
I think I was focused. I really wanted a different life from what we used to live. Yeah, and also seeing the challenges, you know, I've always wanted to come back to the community and change the lives of young girls who are not empowered by anyone, who are not exposed to mentorship and such, training on girls, women-related issues.
Good stuff. You know what happens, Fardosa, normally is, for many of us, we always want to run away from our background. You know, when things happen, we just want to excel and move on to the next step. Sometimes even you want to go outside the country. But now when I'm looking at your story, you have gone through Lekiji Primary School, then you went to the St. Francis High School, you went to Karatina, you have come back. Karatina is not so far. You've come back to your community and you're impacting them. You are currently the operations assistant at the Mpala Research Center. tell me about your journey. How did you come from campus and how did you find yourself here? Where did you meet the Mpala? Yes.
Yeah, so I've known Mpala for so many years because I come. Yeah, it's not, like it is not far from Mpala. It's like 15 minutes drive from Mpala. And Mpala has supported Lekiji community a lot. So they've really supported people from Lekiji, you know, with scholarship to go to high school. Some have gotten scholarship to go to university. You know, so when I was done with my higher education, so I had this opportunity. Mpala was looking for a community liaison person. A person would be a link between Mpala and the neighboring communities, because Mpala really value the community around them. So I volunteered at Mpala for 2 months. I was assisting in the library, basic office work, helping with Iberian. I was helping the executive director here at Mpala. And after 2 months, I think he saw the potential in me, and I was offered this opportunity as a project assistant then. So I was assisting the project with research permits, you know, to conduct their research here at Mpala, because for you to conduct research in Kenya, you have to obtain the necessary authorization. If you're doing wildlife, you have to get authorization from KWS. If you're conducting research in general, you have to get a permit from the National Commission of Science, Technology and Innovation. So I think my job also at Mpala also entailed working very closely with my community, you know. It's a way of giving back to them, you know. I've been doing projects, you know, Mpala projects with the community, outreach programs. I'm also part of the our scholarship committee. So because I'm from the neighboring community, so I'm able to advise them well, because I know the communities very well. And I think working very closely to my community, so I had to do something, you know. I felt the need. I've seen these girls, you know. I've been in Lekiji, you know, all of my life, so I've seen all the challenges, and I've always wanted to go back and at least do something for the community, especially for the women and girls, because I'm really into women empowerment and girls education. So through the Mpala program, I've really tried to bring in the girls, because before the community were only recommending, you know, only boy. So
they were promoting the boy
child, you know, and they're leaving out the girls. So, and also, at least from my journey, women in Lekiji are now inspired. They also want to take their girls here to school. They want their girls to finish their studies, you know, to get their quality education. And they've always, you know, come always seeking help, you know, asking me to get opportunities for them. Sometime when I'm able, I'll do that. When I'm not, you know, I'm just trying to, just to encourage them. So in 2019, we started this program, you know, encouraged women to start self-help groups in the community. You know, that was the only way that they could at least have something. So they started like 4 self-help groups, and they encouraged them to start doing beadwork, at least contribute 100 shillings every month. And then we buy bead, they do the beadwork. And when we have guests coming to Mpala, and when I'm taking them for community visits, you know, students who normally visit Mpala and researchers normally want to learn what is happening in the community, lifestyle, how they are coexisting, you know, with the wildlife. So I told them that you need to do something. When I'm bringing in guests from Mpala, I'm sure they're going to support you. And we started that program in 2019, but then COVID happened.
COVID messed up everything.
COVID happened, and so we had to. It was not easy for the women, you know, but at least all the, you know, and also the kids were at home. They had to provide for their families. And through the program, I was really targeting young teenage mothers and single mothers, because there are so many of them, so many of them. So in sometime last year, I saw an opportunity on social media by Absa Bank Kenya. So they were celebrating their 1-year anniversary and they wanted to support 2 community ideas. So I submitted my ideas, you know, with the women, expanding beadwork, empowering women through beadwork, and also fund girls' education, you know. And I think more than 150 projects were submitted, you know. After 2 weeks, I was contacted by Absa. Yeah, and I was
How did you
told,
feel?
I was so
No, wait, were you expecting it?
I think not really. No, I was
You were
not.
just applying.
I was just applying, you
for
know,
the sake of it,
for the sake of it, and
Yeah.
also, you know, with good intentions.
Yeah,
You know, I really, I've been trying, you know, to raise these women, you know, to empower them. So I was like, no, I'm doing this for the women, you know, and for the girls in my community. So I did submit, and I was contacted. I was told that my project was one of the 5 that was shortlisted. Yeah, I was.
What, 5 out of 150?
Out of 150,
that's really good.
yeah, it was good. So I was so happy, you know. I went to the community. I told them, even if I was not sure if we were going to win. So, and I think after 2 weeks again, the public, you know, Kenyans were invited, you know, to vote for the 2 winning ideas, and our initiative, I think, got the most votes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you do some form of lobbying and influencing? I know do we have?
Yeah,
what
it was.
Is the internet usability in this region?
There's no network in that community. So there's no network because people had to vote, you know, using smartphone and also retweeting, you know, with the hashtag Fund Girls Education. And I was like, people in my community, if they have phones, but the few that have phones, it's not like smartphone. It's not smart, so I had to contact my friends, you know, when I had to contact my friends at Mpala, you know, my network. I had to ask my friends all over Kenya and even outside, you know, please go.
Did you use your social media
I did.
influence?
Yeah, I did. I used my Twitter, you know, I did retweet, tag, influencers and such. And also I contacted people, you know, my relatives, asking them to look for people, you know, around where they live and ask them to vote for Fund Girls Education. Because my community couldn't do that. They
I'm sure, you know,
that.
deep down in their heart, they probably prayed for you.
Yeah, they really, they did. And those who had people, those who had phones, so there was after I think a few days, the APSA gave another choice of you can send an SMS, you know. So those who had phones, did that. So it was a big win for Lekiji, you know. That was really huge for the women. So we got this funding of 2.9 million.
2.9 million?
Yeah, that's
my God. Is that, were you anticipating that? Did you see it coming?
Not really.
Not really.
Didn't,
You didn't see it coming. So it was a pleasant surprise.
It was a surprise.
A pleasant surprise.
It was a surprise for me and for the women and for the community.
And for the community. Hold that thought. We want to take a short break. Today we are in the beautiful Laikipia County. I am hanging out with one amazing young woman. I hope she can tell us how old she is. You know, women and our age, we are very secretive. The reason I'm really daring her to do that is because I want her to inspire the next girl who is watching this and is probably facing so many issues and she's wondering how to get herself out of that rut. Fardosa Hassan is the operations manager at Mpala Center, an amazing place. They've been very hospitable to us since we arrived here yesterday, and we are very excited to unearth and uncover some of the amazing voices of women coming from this region. Remember, we are available at KTN Home across all social media platforms. You can hit me up at Quintambori, and then of course you can talk to our guest at Fardosa Hassan. She also runs a program. What is the social media handle?
It's at Lekiji Initiative on Instagram.
Yes.
And Facebook Lekiji Women Initiative.
Yes, Lekiji is Lekiji. So you need to head over to our social media platforms right away and get in touch with us, talk to us. We will be back after a short break. Welcome back to Her Standards with me, Queen Tambori. Thank you for hanging on with us. We just took a short break. This is Laikipia County. Beautiful, amazing scenery. We have come for business, but of course, we are enjoying ourselves and adding a bit of pleasure just to ensure that we bring you the voices of women from across the regions. One of the things I love about this show is the fact that we introduce you to women you need to know, particularly the ones who have not been heard of or seen, yet they're making significant impact in their communities. Today, I am joined by one such amazing young woman. She's called Fardosa Hassan. She is the operations manager at Mpala Research Center. This is in Laikipia County, and we are just getting to know her, who she is, where she comes from, and of course, the impact that she is making in this community that is made up of the pastoral community. So Fardosa, karibu sana.
Asante Queen.
Remember, as we wound up the first part of this conversation, Fardosa was telling us about her big win with Absa Bank when they were celebrating their first anniversary, where she was able to win a grant for her community. I think that deserves a round of applause. And young woman from Laikipia County who just decided to, express her wish for her community out there and see what it has done. I cannot wait to hear more about it, and without much ado, let us probably just get it from the horse's mouth. What have you done with that money? 2.9 million for the community. Wanakuita Sonko?
Not really. On your Sonko, the women now. Yeah, so I think we're still in the implementation stage. And our goal is to empower women through beadwork. We buy beadwork and we have women do the beautiful pieces and at least give them something, at the end of the day, because most of these women are single, most are young teenage mothers, unemployed, and they are they don't have enough support. They don't have enough support.
Let me ask you, because when you were coming this way, I realized that it took us almost 1.5 hours, 2 hours to get to this place. Where do they source for the products, the beads? Where do they market them? I think that is also essential for you to respond.
Yeah, so we get bead from Nairobi. And
Nairobi?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
the
process? It's expensive in Nanyuki, we have to send someone, one of our officials to go to Nairobi, get the beads and bring them to the village, because it's expensive in Nanyuki. Yeah, and also our target market is, mostly people from the conservancies, around here in Laikipia. And also our plan is to, at some point, maybe start an online shop, it's called, we're planning to have a website, and sell our products online. So at least, it's not common, for women in Laikipia, to even get 100 shillings a day. It's really sad because there's nothing much to do there. People, mainly pastoralists, some have livestock, but they don't have the right to. They can't sell the livestock.
They do. They don't own the animals.
They don't own the animals. They take care of them, but they don't own the animals.
That is sad.
Yeah, it's sad, and at least through our program, women are getting something. They now they feel like at least they are owning something.
They own something. So they have their own bank accounts.
That is our plan. So our plan is to open. So we have so many programs going on. Yeah, we're planning to open bank accounts and also a SACCO for them, and have women at least have access to loans, in future. They can access loans and take their kids to school and also start their own businesses. That's one of the main things that we're planning to do, of course in collaboration with our donors, Absa Bank in Kenya. They are going to do that, maybe. So
how many women groups do you belong to your program? 4 women groups. What is the composition in terms of membership? How many are they?
There are more. I think the main group is called Baraka. It's made up of 30 women.
30 women.
I think in total we have around 60 women.
Around 60 women. So when do they meet in terms when they do the beadwork? probably to discuss the objectives of the group, the plans of the group? How often do you meet? Where do you meet? When? Now that you've told me that.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have a cultural center that was given to us by the community last year. So we've built a few cultural homes, and we're hoping to expand the place. Our plan is to have a permanent structure that is going to serve as a safe space for the girls, and also a training center for the girls and women, and also as one of our shops, because the cultural homes are not permanent. We can't really store our stuff in there. So women, we normally meet at least 3 days a week.
3 days a week.
The cultural center. So that's Monday, Wednesday and Friday. So they come, all of them walk to the cultural center. It's a bit far. It's a bit far from the village. So they meet there, you know, from morning to evening, do their pieces and go back home at around 6 p.m. in the evening. So there they get to discuss, we get to discuss with them the challenges they are facing, talk to each other, get to learn from each other, because we also have a program where I'm working very closely with women to also mentor young girls in the community, because there's been this challenge where girls drop out of school when they're still young due to teenage pregnancy. So we have a program that is mentoring young girls to reduce cases of teenage pregnancy and ensure every girl gets to finish school and go to the next level. We also supporting women and girls, with dignity kits. So we distribute sanitary towels and other necessities like soaps to the women. And our hope is to, once we have the permanent structure, we're going to have some tailoring machine, and hoping to have women, train women and have them produce reusable sanitary towels, because that's sustainable, It's something that can take them for so many years instead of just giving them the other ones. Not through the sanitary program, I'm hoping, not only Laikipia, I'm hoping to expand this to other communities in Laikipia. We have other communities that really need, the girls and women that really need. So I'm hoping to at least also be able to distribute the reusable sanitary towels.
Good stuff. Good stuff. What is the age group of these women who belong to your organization? Mostly
we have someone is 18 years old. We have women who are 40, 45. It's between 18 and
45.
Yeah, you can also sometimes see old women. It's a challenge for them also to do the bead. They can't see well, and they're asking me to at least find something else that they can do. We're hoping to also start farming, because we have a place. There's a challenge with water now, so we can't do farming. We also had a challenge with, wildlife coming in, destroying produce. So hopefully now we can do sanding when there's rain. The old women can start farming. And
I'm asking you this and I'm laughing because I know one of the challenges, even in my line of work, is when someone, I believe you're young, you will tell us your age. I'll put you to a corner. when we older people, senior people have to take advice from someone as young as you, how do they take it? Do they appreciate it? Or do they sometimes tell you, msichana mdogo unatuambia nini?
It was a challenge at first, but I have seen the potential. It was a challenge at first, people not listening to you. But now it's easy, the women can now, they're just, they're seeing what I'm bringing.
You have good plans, good
intentions.
Plans yes.
We're changing their lives, we're supporting the girls, and also men, At least now it's easy, before talking to the elders, they couldn't listen to you. The challenge now is boys. It's really hard to talk to the boys. I'm hoping to bring in the boys and also, also have them, in these discussions, also empower them, because there's no need of empowering a girl if not also. You need to bring the boys on board. That's a very good point you brought across. And as a matter of fact, I was going to ask you, because you said the challenges that you are facing, or your organization is facing, is a distance, because they have to walk long distances to come to the cultural center.
And then of course earlier on when you launched this program, there was the, you know, the age difference and the age barrier where they felt as though, you know, you didn't have authority to speak to them. But then after they saw the potential, things changed. Now they started listening to you, and they saw the intentions you had for them. They saw the feedback, they saw the funding, then they realized possibly this is something that can impact our lives. Then of course you've mentioned the aspect of bringing in the male allies, the boys, the men, the elders into the conversation of empowering women in the community. Are there any other challenges apart from that, Fardosa, that you're facing as a young woman who comes from a nomadic community?
Not believing in women can do something, you know, at least the older, men can, but they are boys, you know, it's so difficult because they've seen, you know, that's out there. They've seen in the community, you know, like it's men, men. You know, women can't tell us anything. Yeah, so we're trying. I'm hoping that some days we're going to have at least boys and young men in these conversations. And also, because we also need to empower boys. Yeah, we can't leave them behind.
Lovely. Maybe you should find something for them as the women are doing gigs.
I'm hoping.
Maybe.
I'm hoping to bring in, you know, successful men, my friends, and have them also empower the boy child.
True story.
Work closely with them and also tell them that the world is changing.
Exactly. The world is changing.
Yeah.
Exactly. Now, when you go back to your former school, what do they think about you? Do they make you stand in front of the school and give a speech?
You know, I'm a celeb.
You're a celeb.
So they're role model. So that's, so I'm inspiring them. You know, the kids, they're always happy to see them, you know, to see me visiting the school. So it's always a good experience going back to the school. And I do that quite a lot. I go to the school. I go to the school.
Okay. And how does that make you feel?
Good, you know, apart from things are still, you know, nothing much has changed. So not enough, you know, resources, infrastructure. It's really sad. So I'm hoping, you know, we are the generation that is going to bring this change. And that's why I'm into empowering, you know, these girls, because we're the ones who are going to change our community.
Actually, that's true. Through your program, have you been able to support or uplift some of this, your former, some of this, the girls and boys who are going to your former school? Yes. Tell me about that.
From the grant that we got from Absa Bank, we've supported 2 girls, you know, with their high school education. They enrolled sometime last year, and they are doing very well. You know, one of them is an orphan girl, and one comes from a very needy family. So she's a bright, you know, she's a bright girl. She has potential. She's actually doing very well now in high school. So I hope you'll get to meet the girl today.
I'm really hoping.
Please, talk to the girl and also get to hear from her what was the opportunity like to her. It has really changed her life, because she didn't know if she was going to go to high school, you know, and she used to contact me, you know, calling. Her mother used to contact me quite a lot. You know, we have Rebecca. I know Rebecca. She's a very smart girl. You know, she performed very well. She has potential, and the dad was not willing, you know, to take the girl, you know, to sell the cows to take the girl to school, and that was not, you know, it is not the girl's fault. We felt the need, you know. We talked, you know, of course, with the women and the officials, and we felt the need of supporting the girls. So
good stuff. If you've just joined us, remember this is Her Standards with me, Queen Tambori. We are in the lovely Laikipia County. It is sunny, it is beautiful. We are enjoying the breeze, we are enjoying the domestic tourism. We are actually mingling with wild animals. I've never experienced this my whole life. I am joined by one amazing woman. She's called Fardosa Hassan. She is the operations manager at Mpala Research Center, but she also runs something on the side to impact the community. It's called the Kiji Organization. It's available on social media in case you're in Nairobi and you want to find out how you can partner with her. Head over to social media platforms and let us connect. Remember, she said something very important about involving our male allies in this conversation around women empowerment and gender equality. In this part of the world, there are still a few setbacks when it comes to involving the fathers and the elders in ensuring that the young women in this region go to school. Remember, people have said that education is the key to life. Maybe this is a good point for you, dear listener, to talk to us on social media across all platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I'm Quinta Mbori, she's Fardosa Hassan. You can talk to KTN Home. You can even hit our producer, Grace Waweru, on social media. Let's talk, let's have this conversation. Do you think in this day and age, it is fair for girls to be denied access to education? I think this is a very valid question, and we wouldn't mind getting to hear from you. I'm just going to go back to my guest, Fardosa Hassan. I want to know more about her family, what her father thinks about what she has done. I would also like to know your relationship with your family. What does it think about you? Is mom still doing business?
Yeah, she's still doing business. You know? I think she's proud of me. And the father, especially the father.
When did he change his mind?
I owe this to my younger sister, you know.
How many are you?
We are 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which birth order?
I'm the third born.
Okay.
But my dad was thinking of. So I finished primary school before my elder brother, and my dad was thinking of him, you know. I finished primary school, and my dad was not really thinking about me.
Oh yeah? You were shadowed.
Yeah, and my sister was like, Baba, you know, she's first girl, you know, please, just take her to high school. And my dad from then, you know, also, I think my dad is also supporting education. Yeah, so I think from the time I went to high school, you know, he saw the potential in me. I was performing well. I was a disciplined girl, and when I got this job, you know, I've been supporting my younger siblings, you know, with education. My dad lost his job, and with the current, you know, climate change and things, you know, you can't keep all the livestock, so you have to sell some because there's not enough land, you know, to graze the livestock. So I got this job, and now I'm supporting my family. Starting businesses for my mom, also supporting my dad, you know. So my siblings with school, you know. So I'm really like.
He has no reason not to like you.
Yeah, he's very proud, you know. He's really now supporting, girls' education. Yeah, because he has seen, my life changing.
This testimony is sitting right in front of him.
He's seen me changing their lives as well. Yeah, and also being change in my community.
I like that. I really, really like that. Maybe you can face your camera. It's a one you just face directly. Tell us if there are some parents who are watching, labda wanatoka kwa hii community, labda wanatoka kwa community yoyote, any part of the country. What would you tell the parents who still think that girls should be denied education or boys should be favored in terms of opportunities? What can you tell them? Okay,
I think girls deserve the same opportunity as boys. Please do take your girls to school, you know. They really deserve it, and girls can do anything. Yeah, they are very capable, and we need the next generation of very powerful women. So please consider taking girls to school. Girls can really change. Yeah, they say if you educate a girl, you educate
the community.
The community and the whole nation, so it's really important.
Good stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been hanging out with Fardosa Hassan. She's operations manager at Mpala Research Center. She's also impacting the community in Laikipia County. I believe this is the future of this country, and these are the kind of stories that we need to hear in order to transform our society. It's actually a breath of fresh air for me, literally. We are enjoying the fresh air, but also listening to this amazing woman, I am just inspired. You know, I wish I was able to do as much at her age. Miaka mingapi?
I'm 27 years old. Queen, don't lie. Yeah.
Unaogopa kusema ama uko confident?
No, I'm happy, you know. Yeah.
Unaona at 27 umeachieve all the things you wanted to do ama bado
Not,
kuna vitu mingi?
I think there's so much, to be done. Yeah, still
Kwa
a long way to
mfano,
go.
you can give
Still
us
a long
kidogo.
way to go. You know, making sure that every girl in Lekiji gets to continue their studies and also, just eradicate poverty in my community, you know. And I believe we'll be able to do that through women empowerment because I think women are the main, providers. Yeah.
Good stuff. Do you think that there's a specific drive, ni nini na kusukuma yani, because you keep going, You've not stopped ever since you started your primary to high school to campus, sasa uko Mpala, hujatosheka, uko kwa community. What is that thing? What is that force that keeps pushing you?
Because I want to change. I really want to change. I want to see, a different community, you know, exposed to opportunities. There are so many opportunities out there and people are still living the same. Yeah, so I think I want to basically change. Yeah, I want to
tupigie picha when you see that kind of change you're talking about. How does it look like? You can say something like this. Maybe I see this community having maybe 20 schools, manini.
Yeah.
What does that change look like for you? I
want to see several high schools, you know, in Lekiji. And I'm hoping very soon, you know, to at least the government should think about this. We need high school in Lekiji. Because at least the parents, at least they can afford, you know, taking kids to the school nearby, if not able to take them to other schools. So I want a community full of empowered women, you know. We need doctors, we need scientists there, we need pilots and such. So community with people doing.
When people are doing amazing
great
things.
Stuff,
Transforming lives.
Transforming
smart
lives.
women, smart men,
change,
power,
absolutely.
water. I'm speaking on your behalf and I'm asking, is that what you wish for?
Yeah, absolutely, you know,
Good one. When you look at your community, what is that one big problem? Because I know your organization, Lekiji organization, you do the beads, you do the sanitary towels. You do the mentorship. What is that one problem that when you think about it, it gives you sleepless nights? Yeah.
I think me, personally, girls not going to school. That it really disturbs me.
It disturbs you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I really want, you know, all these girls to,
You really want girls to go to school?
Yeah.
Because you have been through the system and you've realized that education can change you.
And also girls dropping out of school, you know, because of teenage pregnancies. Yeah, you know, it's not fair. So we need really to stop that, you know, talk to the girls, mentor them, at least help them use their voice, you know, if they're not willing to do something, know how to reject it, and also,
Thank you, Fardosa. This has been amazing. I have been inspired. I'm trying to picture what I was doing when I was 27 years old. Can you, my dear viewer, what were you doing when you're 27 years old? Because this girl is just one amazing young woman. I know you do a lot of work. Before we finish, well, what happens in the community? What do you do for fun?
No, I think I used to swim those days a lot in the river.
Yeah.
But now, I think just talking to women, you know, and also singing, you know, singing the traditional
singing with the
songs.
community.
I love that. I love that a lot. So,
Are you fluent in Masai?
I'm not very fluent. I'm not very fluent.
How do you say kwaheri?
Oh no, I think I know Asholeng.
What is Asholeng? What is Asholeng?
Asante, thank you.
So I say Asholeng, Fardosa. Asholeng sana.
Thank you, Queen, for hosting me.
Thank you so much. I hope that we can come back and catch up when you have transformed this community. I see it happen. The fire is in you, and of course we can only encourage you.
Thank you.
Thank you for setting high standards for women in the pastoralist community. I think what you're doing is amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah, and kwa hayo machache, what was I supposed to say? Asholeng?
Asholeng.
Asholeng, this has been her standards. Asholeng sana for keeping it tuned. We are coming from Laikipia County. We are at the Mpala Center. This is a special episode, special series from us, Her Standards and KTN Home. We are so excited you could get in touch, you could talk to us, you could keep us company, and from the start mpaka mwisho. Remember, this show comes to you every Saturday, 4 p.m. Usikose kututazama. You'll be inspired, you'll be transformed, and your life will never be the same again. My name is Queen Tambori, and kama kawaida, I am very happy, I'm very excited. Let us meet next week, same time. Till then, asante sana, and we say together,
Asholeng.
Okay.